Good morning, dear students. Welcome to this lecture on kinetic isotope effect. This is my second lecture in a series of 4 lectures on the topic kinetic isotope effect. My first lecture has been uploaded on YouTube and you must have watched it. If you remember that lecture, we had divided this unit of kinetic isotope effect in 4 lectures for the sake of study. The first lecture was on the theory of kinetic isotope effect, and today in this second lecture we are going to discuss primary kinetic isotope effect. But students, before moving to this topic, I would like to give an idea about one more important topic which helps us to understand this whole concept of kinetic isotope effect, and the topic is reaction coordinate diagrams. What is meant by reaction coordinate diagrams? You must be aware that chemical reaction means breaking of old bonds and formation of new bonds, and this whole breaking of bonds and formation of bonds involve energy changes, and these energy changes and progress of reaction can be represented in the form of graph, and this graphical representation of progress of reaction is known as reaction coordinate diagrams. It is meant to convey the progress of a reaction, and as old bonds break and new bonds form, there are changes in the bond lengths. So reaction coordinate can be taken as change in the bond length with time as the reaction progresses. In reaction coordinate diagrams, there are points along the reaction coordinates which are associated with a potential energy well, and that potential energy well is perpendicular to the reaction coordinate. Each potential energy well has vibrational states associated with it, and if reactions have activated complexes, then activated complexes also have vibrational modes, and vibrational modes have 0 point energies in activated complex as well, just like any other molecular species. And for every vibrational mode, there is a difference in 0 point energy of CH and CD bond, that is, bond having lighter isotope and bond having heavier isotope has a difference in 0 point energy. In my next slide, I am going to explain these points with the help of reaction coordinate diagram figure. Dear students, here is a reaction coordinate diagram. You can see along the x-axis we have plotted reaction coordinate, whereas along y-axis there is energy or potential energy, and this diagram has got a curve. This curve is known as potential energy well, and in a reaction coordinate diagram there are several potential energy wells along different points on the reaction coordinate, and each well is perpendicular to this axis. You can see one more thing here, CHZP, that is 0 point energy of CH bond and 0 point energy of CD bond in reactant, and there is a difference in the energies of 0 point energies of these two bonds. Suppose it is not shown here, but suppose reaction has a transition state, then transition state or activated complexes will have a potential energy well as well, which will be plotted here, and in case of activated complexes there will be a difference in the 0 point energy of CH and CD bond. This is for CH, and here this will be for CD bond. Second, and always there is a potential energy difference, that is a 0 point energy difference in CH and CD bond, and CD always have lower potential energy whether it is reactant or whether it is activated complex. So this is about reaction coordinate diagram. Now we move to types of reaction coordinate diagrams. For the sake of simplicity, to understand the concept of kinetic isotope effect, we generally consider bond fission as a homolysis reaction which forms two radicals, and as a result stretching vibrational modes of the reactants are converted into translational degree of freedom. So depending upon homolysis cleavage of bond, there are two types of reaction coordinate diagrams, namely reaction coordinate diagrams which represent complete homolysis at transition state, and second, reaction coordinate diagrams which represent partial cleavage of bond at transition state. Let us deal with these one by one. Here is a reaction coordinate diagram which represents complete homolysis at transition state. The very same diagram was discussed 2 slides back. Reaction coordinate on x-axis, it has potential energy on y-axis and a potential energy well, and here it shows CH and CD 0 point energies, and these are the 0 point energies in case of reactants. Since in this case bond breaks completely before transition state, so there is no new potential energy well for transition state. Absence of this particular well shows it is a reaction coordinate diagram which represents complete homolysis before transition state. In most of the cases, bonds do not undergo complete cleavage. Bonds are only partially broken at the arrival of transition state. So there is another type of reaction coordinate diagram which is represented like this. This is a reaction coordinate diagram that represents partial cleavage at the arrival of transition state. Dear students, it is a reaction coordinate diagram like the previous one, having reaction coordinate on x-axis and potential energy on y-axis. Apart from that, it has got vibrational modes of CH and CD represented here. These are the vibrational modes of CH or CD bonds present in the reactant. The only difference, it has got an additional potential energy well here at somewhere higher potential energy, and this particular well represents the potential energy well of transition state. And you can see the transition state has also got CH and CD vibrational modes corresponding to CH or CD vibrational modes in the reactant. Since bonds are only partially broken at the arrival of transition state, so we can understand that transition state will also have stretching or vibrational modes of CH bonds or CD bonds. This is how partial cleavage is represented by reaction coordinate diagram. So you can understand, if there is an additional well present here, you can take it for a mechanism where cleavage of bond takes place only partially at the arrival of transition state. This is all about reaction coordinate diagram. I would like to ask one question here. You must be observing one more well here. Can you tell what does it correspond to? For answer, you please look into the comment section of this video. Ki means change in the rate of reaction when any atom in a molecule is substituted by its heavier isotope. So magnitude of Ki depends on the location of isotope with respect to scene of action. That means the bond undergoing cleavage. Magnitude of Ki depends that isotopic substitution has been made on the bond which is undergoing cleavage, or isotopic substitution has been made somewhere in the vicinity of the bond undergoing substitution. As I told, depending upon the location of isotope with respect to scene of action, magnitude of Ki changes. Accordingly, there are two different types of kinetic isotope effects, namely primary Ki and secondary Ki. Apart from this, we are going to discuss one more type of Ki known as steric Ki in our forthcoming lectures. So first, let us understand what is meant by primary and secondary Ki. Let us try to understand these two types of kinetic isotope effect with the help of some examples. Here are two reactions. The first reaction is electrophilic substitution of benzene, where it is undergoing nitration, and the second reaction is nucleophilic substitution in chloroethane to form an alcohol. In the first reaction, the CH bond undergoes cleavage. So suppose kinetics of this first reaction is studied under two conditions, namely the first, where all 6 hydrogens present on benzene are protium, and second, where all 6 hydrogens present on benzene are deuterium type. So the difference in the rate of this nitration or this electrophilic substitution due to this isotopic substitution will be kinetic isotope effect. Similarly, in the second reaction, it is CCl bond that undergoes cleavage. Suppose we want to study kinetics of this reaction by substituting this CH bond with a heavier isotope deuterium. So it will also give some sort of change in the rate of reaction, and this type of study will be called as its kinetic isotope effect. But what is the basic difference between these two types of kinetic isotope effects? If you see, in the first case, the isotopically substituted bond, that is CH bond or CD bond, undergoes cleavage during the course of reaction, whereas in second case the bond undergoing cleavage is not the isotopically substituted. Actually isotopic substitution has taken place in the vicinity of this bond which is undergoing cleavage. So these two examples are two types of Ki. The first one is an example of primary Ki where isotopically substituted bond undergoes cleavage during the course of reaction, whereas second example is an example of secondary Ki where the bond undergoing cleavage is not isotopically substituted, but it is somewhere in the vicinity or in the neighborhood of isotopically substituted bond. So these are two types of kinetic isotope effects. Now we try to define what is meant by primary kinetic isotope effect. So primary Ki arises when the bond with the isotopic substitution is completely or partially broken at or before transition state. That means a bond undergoing cleavage is isotopically substituted under two different conditions of a reaction. Here are some examples of primary Ki. This is the example we had discussed. Both are the electrophilic substitutions of benzene, and in both the cases it is isotopically substituted bond which undergoes cleavage. Primary Ki has two type of mechanism as we had discussed it in our topic reaction coordinate diagrams. As I told, for the sake of simplicity, we consider that bonds undergo homolytic cleavage, and there are two types of homolytic cleavage of bond. In first type, bond undergoes complete cleavage or complete homolysis at or before transition state, and there is one more possible mechanism where bond undergoes partial cleavage at transition state. So accordingly, Ki also has two type of mechanism, namely complete homolysis at transition state and primary Ki where there is a partial cleavage at transition state. Now we are going to discuss the first case in primary Ki where complete homolysis takes place at transition state. These are the cases where CH, that is lighter isotope bond, or CD, that is bond having heavier isotope, undergoes completely broken at transition state. What does it indicate? It means the reactants have vibrational frequencies for CH as well as CD bond, but transition state won't have any corresponding vibrational mode for CH and CD bond because these bonds break at transition state. So stretching or vibration becomes a translation. As a result, there is no new stretch in transition state which corresponds to stretchings of ground state bond. And in such a case, Ki is entirely controlled by difference in the 0 point energies in ground state, or in other words, Ki is proportional to difference in 0 point energy in ground state. That means difference in 0 point energies of CH and CD bond. Let us understand it with the help of reaction coordinate diagram. Again, same reaction coordinate diagram having reaction coordinates and energy as well as potential energy well. As I told, there is no energy well here. Absence of this energy well shows that it is a case where complete homolysis takes place at or before transition state. So reactants of course has 0 point energy of the vibration of CH or CD bond, but there is no corresponding stretching vibrational modes in the transition state. So what will be the Ki of this reaction? That is entirely controlled by this difference in 0 point energy. This is the difference of Zp in ground state, or what you call in reactants. In simpler words, if CH bond has much higher vibrational energy in comparison to CD bond, that means it will undergo cleavage much faster in comparison to cleavage of CD bond. And how fast will this CH bond undergo cleavage will be decided by this difference of 0 point energy. This is how Ki takes place in case of reactions where there is no transition state or bond breaks before transition state. This is known as primary Ki, where homolysis takes place at or before transition state. Dear students, this is all for this lecture. We are going to take second part of this lecture, that is primary Ki in case where partial cleavage takes place at transition state, in our second lecture, which will be uploaded soon. Kindly go through it, and if you have some query, kindly post them. Thank you very much.